everyone, I'm Beth from the Byron Public Library, and today we are here to celebrate National Popcorn Day. National Popcorn Day goes back at least to 1988, but as far as popcorn is concerned, it's been around a lot longer. A little bit of history about popcorn. Kernels were found in a cave in New Mexico that date back over 5,600 years ago. The ears of popcorn only measured about 2 inches, which is a lot smaller than our popcorn ears today. Popcorn was eaten by the Native Americans, and they found their own way how to pop it. Some would put it into a special jar, bury it into the warm sand. As soon as they finished hearing it pop, then they would open it up and eat it. Others would take the actual cob, stick it onto a stick, roast it over an open fire like we do marshmallows, and then they'd eat it right off the cob. Some Native Americans also used it for other things besides eating. They would use it to scatter during religious ceremonies. They would also use it to make jewelry and headdresses that they would wear on special occasions. So what actually makes a piece of popcorn pop? Well, inside each tiny kernel, there is a drop of water. The water comes from the soil when the popcorn plant is in the growing stage. This drop of water is surrounded by a soft starch. Around the soft starch is the hard outer shell that you see when you buy it in the grocery store. When the kernels are heated, the drop of water inside makes steam, and the steam continues to grow until it breaks that outer shell and the kernel turns itself inside out, and the soft starch now is on the outside, and that soft starch is our popcorn. So some interesting statistics about popcorn. In the U.S., we consume approximately 13 billion quarts of popcorn a year, which comes to 42 quarts per person. Because I love popcorn so much, I'm sure I skew that a little bit. 70% of the popcorn that we eat is eaten at home, and 30% is eaten at events. So let's go over what you received in your kit. So there's 3 tablespoons of canola oil, and 1/3 cup of popcorn kernels. You also received seasonings. We have a ranch and a taco that are more of a savory seasoning, and then we have a hot chocolate and a kettle corn, which give you that sweet popcorn. So I'm going to go over the recipe a little bit with you before we get started. Some of you have never made popcorn on the stove. I know, because we have microwave and it's so much easier. But to make popcorn on the stove, I did give you canola oil, but you can use the oil of your choice. And you're going to need a pot. And so this is the pot that I'm going to use. And the pot that I'm going to use, the lid has some little open holes here, vents, to let out some of the steam. You want a little bit of the steam to be let out while you're making the popcorn. It gives it a crispier taste. And so if you don't have one that has air vents in it, you might want to move the top of the lid off a little bit just to let some of that steam out and to give you that crispier popcorn instead of a chewy type of popcorn. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the oil into the pot, and then we're going to put 3 or 4 kernels in there, and then we're going to turn it on and let it warm up. When the popcorn kernels have popped, I'll then place the rest of the kernels in there. I'll take it off the heat for about 30 seconds. During that time, it gives the other kernels an opportunity to all heat up at the same temperature. I'll put it back on again, and then just shake it a little bit as the popcorn begins to pop to keep everything kind of moving so nothing gets burned. And then as soon as it's finished, I will pour it into our 4 bowls to put our seasonings on. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the oil in, and then just put a few of the kernels in, and then I'm going to turn it on. So while that's heating up, I'm going to share with you something that we have going on at the library this winter. Every summer we have a summer reading program, but this year we're doing a winter reading program. It's our 2021 Winter Reading Challenge. It is open to all members of your family. And if you read, there is no reason not to join because we have some great prizes. So if you're interested in something like this, head on over to our website or to Facebook to find out more about how you can participate in our winter reading challenge. There's also some other programs coming up that we have. Kelly will be doing a macrame keychain. I'm going to be working on a bird count, looking at the different birds that we have here in the Midwest during the winter. And then at the beginning of March, I'll be doing a hygge program. And if you don't know what hygge is, then that means you need to sign up and become a part so you can learn a little bit about hygge. So just to go over the seasonings again, before you would use them, I would recommend that you shake them up just to get them well mixed. The kettle corn one, I did wrap in saran wrap because it's made with brown sugar, and as we all know, brown sugar needs to be wrapped tightly so that it doesn't harden. So you're going to want to unwrap this in order to use it for your popcorn. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one just kind of ready to roll. And also on your recipe, it has how to make popcorn. On the back, it does have the recipe for all the seasonings. Now, if you're watching this and you did not get to pick up a kit to make this, all the recipes are below this video. So, another interesting fact about popcorn is that it is the official snack of Illinois. So, I just thought that was an interesting little fact. There's many different types of popcorn kernels. There's red, there's black, there's yellow. The two most common ones that we see are the yellow and the white ones. And today you're going to be using the white one. That's what I got. The difference is that the yellow popcorn kernels, they'll pop you a larger, fluffier popcorn. But the smaller ones, it's a smaller, but it's a more tender popcorn. And the outside shell on the white one is not as difficult to get stuck in your teeth as the one on the yellow popcorn. But basically they taste the same and there really isn't any difference. White popcorn is a little bit higher in carbohydrates and fiber than yellow popcorn, and so that's something to keep in mind as well. Now I just heard the couple pops from our corn here, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up, pour the rest in, take it off, and just kind of watch my clock here for 30 seconds. And then we will put it back on the heat and get this popped up here pretty quickly. Once you've done that, I can hear some of it already popping in there. So, and it's not even back on the heat. So, okay, I'm almost there. It must have been nice and hot since it's popping. Okay, back onto the heat again, and so here we go. Like I said, if you have a lid that doesn't have any vents, you might want to just hold it open up just a tad so that some of the steam comes out of it. Give it that crisper, more tender popcorn. Which one of the seasonings you prefer, and I'm asking everyone who participates if they would email me and let me know. I'd like to put together statistics. If you could just send me your 1, 2, 3, 4, number 1 being your favorite on down, that would be wonderful. I made the seasonings before I did the program, and I did tweak the seasonings a little bit, as my family said some of them needed a little tweaking. So the ones that the recipes you have are the ones that I made and tweaked. All right. I'm not hearing of any popcorn kernels pops so much, so that means I'm going to take it off and move this back because I know I'm going to probably spill this as I'm pouring this out. Again, it's important to get the popcorn out of the pot as soon as you make it, to keep the popcorn at a good texture. Just so you know, my dog just came into the room because he loves popcorn. And he heard it and smelled it. So here we have our popcorn. And I am going to go ahead and drizzle some of these seasonings on here. Take a pinch and just put some on there. If you want to, you can just pour it on if you'd like. However you want to do it is fine. So this I'm just going to pour on like that. That was the taco. This is the hot chocolate. And then this is the kettle corn. And actually I don't care for kettle corn, but I really did enjoy this seasoning on my popcorn. So I'll be curious. Now, if you find that your seasonings are not staying on your popcorn, you can take cooking spray and just spray a little bit on there and then go ahead and sprinkle your seasonings on. So that's pretty much it. I'm so glad that you were able to join me today and enjoy eating your different popcorn, and don't forget to send me your favorites. Thank you.